What's the deal? You already know what it is. Back in this one, another video to pump out to my young boys. Maybe girls been on today. What's going on, chat? We got to talk about. We got to talk about this whole. We got to talk about this Tory Lanez thing, man. We got to talk about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion today. Got to. We got to. So, excuse me. For those who don't know, new evidence just came out. Excuse me again. Well, actually, Tory Lanez security guard, I'm talking about Tory Lanez, Kelsey's security guard just presented some new evidence. And she's actually saying that came clean and said whole time, I'm talking about she's admitted. My bad, y'all. We gotta shake the rust off. They was just playing with me. Y'all don't even know they just was playing with me. I just was struggling to even get this joint started. So I already know they about to play with it. But, that's another topic for another day. But Kelsey's security guard has essentially came out and he said he's tired of hiding. He said he's tired of hiding and he tired of, feeling that guilt of having Tory Lanez essentially sit in jail for something that he pretty much didn't do. That camera just moved on its own. What is going on? This joint tweaking. But nah. Yeah, Tory Lanez has just almost died in prison. Like, this dude literally just got stabbed up 14 times. He just got stabbed up 14 times over something he didn't even do. So the security guard is like, yeah. No, we can't have this no more. He came out, he said, I done heard conversations, I heard talks, and apparently, he heard Kelsey say that she did it. He said that he heard her say that she shot him 3 times. Well, she shot 3 times or she shot twice or something, and then he grabbed her arm. Tory apparently grabbed her arm to try to stop her, and a couple more shots went off. And, some of these shots probably bounced around in the car or whatever and hit Meg Thee Stallion, hit her in the foot. Whatever happened, that's how her foot had the bullet fragments. So, but regardless, Tory didn't shoot her, and it was crazy. It's crazy because, looking back at Meg Thee Stallion's story, let her tell it. She talking about this dude sat up there and stood on top of the window and shot her. We don't know if he was inside the car, outside the car, but she said he stood on top of the window, shot her, and she was shooting at her and was saying dance bit, and just was boom, 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 just like he was just getting some kind of amusement. Like this was like a Tom and Jerry episode or something, or some Looney Tunes stuff where he's shooting at the feet and then she's like like she made it sound like something like that. And then whole time it's all cap. Whole time it's all cap. None of that actually happened. And she ended up getting shot by her friend or the person who was her friend or whatever. And I'd imagine they sat up there and covered for the friend. Tory probably was like, what, these is women. He trying to be on some gentleman timing or whatever, trying to be chivalrous. And he like, all right, I'm going to just take this charge, whatever, don't worry about it, Kelsey, because he probably felt bad and remorseful because apparently, from what I remember, I think the story was he was messing with both of them at the same time. But they were supposed to be locked in. And but I think Tory was more locked in with the Kelsey chick. Excuse me. I think Tory was more locked in with the Kelsey chick. And Meg, being the damn succubus she is, her friend got a dude, and, she wanted to see what it was in for. So she sat up there, slept with her best friend's dude, and, Tory probably felt bad on both ends, like, damn, I'm cool with both of y'all, whatever. And he probably was just playing his role, and he like, all right, he trying to take some accountability. He probably just on some, all right, I'm about to just take accountability for all of this that it went happen, because at the end of the day, it's my fault that y'all got into it in the first place, so I'm going to take the charge. But It's that sat up there and got so wicked. This dude getting stabbed up in prison. It's like he ain't even about to, they got to get him up out of there. It's about time they get him up out of there. So we gonna sit up there and react to some of react to the press conference that they had or whatever they was talking about. They was talking about the situation. Tory Lane's father spoke and the security guard spoke. But this is just a crazy situation overall. And yeah, this is a crazy situation. And before y'all, oh yeah, I do got this dang on this cross on my shirt. So, I know the cross is pagan. It's all I had. Bear with me. So I already know how people be though when y'all be on that. Oh, y'all don't be in my comments talking about no damn cross. I know the cross is pagan. This ain't that. This ain't that. It's just a shirt. So it's what I had. It's what I had. But no, fellas, though, we seeing a lot of different things happen. And then apparently, Chris Brown was just arrested. But we seeing a lot of different things take place in the media that's just showing a clear sign of, bruh, y'all gotta leave these women alone, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth losing. It's not worth losing your life, losing your life, losing your life, your livelihood. These women will take everything from you. And what we got to understand is we don't battle against flesh and blood, but principalities in high places. As the world continues to go on a decline, and people are continuously choosing evil, people are vessels. People are open vessels to be hacked. People are open vessels to be body snatched by a demon and to be used to do wickedness against a lot of y'all. And actually, I think I got some music playing too. Don't let me know if it's distracting or too loud, because I turn it off. Actually, I don't got no music playing. I don't got music playing. Okay, I don't. Not on this scene, so cool. But yeah, like, people are getting hacked. People are getting body snatched. Satan is getting desperate. He's trying to get the people who have anointing, who have calling over their lives. He's trying to get the real chosen ones. He's out to get us. So he's gonna use all of his minions. He's gonna use those honey traps. He's gonna use the Jezebel. He's gonna use anybody he can to get to y'all. And what fellas gotta understand, what men gotta understand, is he's really just gonna use these women. Like, it's gonna be simple. That's his greatest weapon, cause most guys cannot resist a fatty. Like, I'm just call it what it is. Most guys can't resist a fatty. If you sit up there and just put butt in a lot of these dudes' face, they lose their minds. They become zombies. It's like, I can't think straight no more. It's butt there. It's like, it's cleavage there. I can't even think straight no more. Do you see that? Like, that's how a lot of guys are. And he's gonna sit up there and take advantage of that. And these women are gonna come to you in the auspice of being on your side, because they like to come in and love bomb. They like to come in and, use flattery, use all different types of methods of manipulation in order to get y'all out of character, get y'all out of body, get y'all out of pocket. Because if they can sit up there and pull you away from the Most High, then they can turn you into an open canvas and an open vessel to be hacked and demonically used just like them. So, it's really just a matter of staying on point and picking the right woman. But like I said, we're going to look at some of this stuff and see what they saying, and we're just going to react as we go. We're going to get to that in a sec.
Named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People.
So he was on the NDA at first. He couldn't even talk about what was going on because he was actually working for the chick. But let's go.
That he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do.
Said his conscience was eating him up. He like, this dude, he know this dude didn't do it, and then he getting stabbed to death. He like, I gotta speak. This dude almost dies. Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times, bro. He got stabbed, what they say, 7 times in the back, 2 times in the chest, and I think they said twice in the back of the head and in the side of his neck with a punctured lung. I think they said 2 of them or something like that. But he had to go on a machine. He couldn't even breathe. This dude literally almost died, you know, and all praise to the Most High, because clearly the Most High is not done with Tory Lanez. He still got more. He still got plans for Daystar. And this is actually, you know, I'm probably going to go to Tory Lanez's father speaking too, because Tory Lanez's father was really speaking something, you know, powerful. He did a prayer that was powerful. And he was talking about how this whole thing is just bringing glory to the Most High, because at the end of the day, this satanic system think they got all of this influence and all these strongholds and all of this other type of stuff. But at the end of the day, the Most High controls the light and the darkness. The Most High controls all of this. Satan can't move without the Most High say so. So what we got to understand is, you know, a lot of the times people like to get in a spirit of, you know, it's no point of, you know, doing this, doing that, doing something positive, doing something good, or speaking out against evil, because, you know, a lot of people are under the impression that evil has completely won, and there is no chance for good to prevail because the world is evil and that's it, you know. But that's not the case at all. You know, that's not the spirit that you should have. You should always stand bold, always stand in righteousness, no matter what. The Bible said, cry aloud and spare not. So that should be what everybody is on. Like, get out of that spirit of, oh, there's nothing we can do, so woo, woo, woo. You know, that's that spirit. That's that Christ. Surely Christ will delay his coming spirit. That's that spirit that's going to end up sending you back into the world, because you feel like evil is won, so it's no point of being good. And you feel like you might as well be evil, be a little bit evil too. And that's how you're going to get your body snatched out here. Let's go.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down.
And this is what battle of Jezebel versus Jezebel. Honestly, Tory Lanez he was dealing with the harlots, dealing with them Jezebels, dealing with the succubus, and this is what happened of it. He was dealing with 2 succubus, and these girls was finna kill each other. This chick pulled out a gun. She was finna pop up Meg Thee Stallion. And, you know, over Tory, I believe. But, you know, at the end of the day, neither of them really loved Tory, because they both was gonna let him sit and do that time. They both really hate Tory on the low key. Meg Thee Stallion sat up there, got on Gayle King and said, oh yeah, me and Tory didn't have an intimate relationship. No, we never did nothing. Whoop. Then she gonna come out and say, yeah, we actually did. Like, these chicks just be lying. They just don't care. They just lie. She talking about, yeah, I lied. She like, yeah, I lied to Gayle King. Like, I didn't think she was gonna say that. And plus, I only fucked them maybe once or twice on a drunk night, maybe. Like, no accountability at all. Like, and that's the spirit these chicks come in. They lie, they don't take accountability, and, you know, they tell half truths. And another thing, even with the DDG and Halle situation, she sat up there in them text messages she sent to DDG that was on TMZ. She was talking about, I'm out here by myself with my son. I'm not out here with anyone. They sat up there, zoom in on Brent Faiyaz's pictures that he took, and you can see Halle in the picture, taking the picture of him. Or she's got her phone out or something, but you can clearly see that they were together out of the country. And she lied and said that, you know, she wasn't. Same way I believe they caught Halle in another lie with the whole chip tooth thing, because she said that DDG chipped her tooth by slamming her head in the steering wheel on this day. They pull up a video of her back in the day, a little bit before that, with the chipped tooth already, talking about she about to go to the dentist. These chicks just sit up there and lie, bro. They don't have no remorse. These women are demons, bro. You gotta be on point, bro, because they will literally sit up there and lie to your face. They will sit up there and lie to your face, and it won't be nothing to them. It's just, it is what it is. They're liars. I mean, that's Satan, though. Satan is the prince of all lies. So if you sit up there and dealing with a damn one of these, something for the hotties, I hope I don't even get demonetized. Well, I'm not monetized at all, but this is horrible. This is a demon. This is a clear demon. This is the demon that the people of the world believe. They like, ain't nothing wrong with this. This is fire. No pun intended. But Satan is the prince of lies, bro. She's literally cosplaying as Satan. You don't think that don't mean nothing? She's a liar. Let's go.
And the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never even touched that gun. Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Damn. I didn't even pull it up on the screen, huh? Y'all just was looking at me this whole time? Well, that's alright. But, yeah, man. Oops. Yeah, man, nah. So, these damn... Let me pull it up. Let me... I'm tweaking. Here we go. Here y'all go. Y'all present now. Oops. But yeah, man, nah. So these chicks was literally fighting. These chicks was fighting. And Kelsey really whipped out a gun on dog. But that's not it. Something else that just happened. Chris Brown arrested in England over alleged bottle tossing incident. Chris Brown is in trouble with the law again, and the R&B singer arrested Thursday in the United Kingdom over a bottle throwing incident at a nightclub 2 years ago, TMZ has confirmed. So they done sat up there and arrested Chris Brown at 2 in the morning. At 2 in the morning, out of the blue over something he did 2 years ago. Why this is coming at an interesting timing? Why Chris Brown has to do with this? Because this is what Chris Brown posted yesterday. Just yesterday, Chris Brown said, "Free Tory." Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Free Tory. Hours later, they book him at 2 in the morning in the UK for something he did years ago. And this is how they do. This is how they do in the industry. They sit up there and they have RICOs damn near on everybody that sat up there and signed on that dotted line. Anybody that sat up there and sold out or whatever, if you even just are in that industry, in that space, in those spaces, you have to be obedient to whatever agendas it is they pushing, whatever thing it is that they pushing, whatever's the trendy thing to follow. And I ain't even say trendy, but whatever agenda it is that they want out in the masses, you better follow it, or they're gonna be on your head no matter what you do. And that's the thing. They sit up there and catch these guys up. They give these guys all of this influence. They give these guys this money, this power, the women, the respect, the clothes, all of it. They give these dudes everything, hoping that they wild out, trusting that they're gonna eventually wild out, do something, get caught lacking, get in some kind of trouble. And when they do, if you are currently in whatever, I ain't even gonna say if you're in the agenda, but if you just are being an obedient, slave, I just keep it a buck. If you being an obedient little slave, then they gonna sit up there and they gonna sweep it under the rug. They gonna be like, okay, You sat up there, you bang that dude in the head with the bottle. Okay, we'll keep that on the tuck. We'll keep that on the hush. Okay, you sat up there. Oh, you grabbed your girl up. Oh, okay. She got them pictures of the bruises. Okay, we gon' we'll just, and then you like, oh yeah, this is lit. Like, okay, cool. That's what they really these dudes up on. Now that I'm thinking about it. They sit up there and gas you up. Because if they sit up there and slide and stuff that you do under the rug, that does something to them mentally. That does something to them psychologically that makes them feel like they have all of this power. You like, damn, I'm like a god on this earth. Like, I'm immune. I can't get in trouble. I got women. I got clothes. I got money. I got cars. And I can't do no wrong. Even if I do some wrong, I'm good. You're going to wild out even more. And as you're wilding out, they going to sit up there and just They Ricoing you on the low. They keeping all the stuff you do on the tuck. They keeping it all under wraps. And then as soon as you get out of line, we got them. And they be like, okay, I don't even think they be on some, well, they be on some, we got them, but they really like, okay, we got to punish our slave. Time to humiliate. Time to start the humiliation ritual. We got to punish our little slave. And we seeing how quick they acting on this stuff right now. They don't want a Chris Brown, a person with all that influence, talking about free Tory Lanez. They can't have that. They can't have DDG, a person with influence, making songs with Tory Lanez and all of that type of stuff, letting Tory Lanez get on your track and talk about he about to get out and he got set up and this and that. We can't have you doing that. You can't sit up there and go against our favorite demon right here, one of our favorite devils. We can't have y'all going against this, because this society worships the divine feminine. Babylon is described in the Bible as a whore. Babylon is described as one of these. Meg Thee Stallion is Babylon in a nutshell. America, as you know, is Meg Thee Stallion. Facts. Babylon is a whore. It's a harlot. Drunk on wickedness. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. They sat up there and locked this dude up. They locked this dude up. The trial was so fugazi. They sat up there and threw out a bunch of evidence. They was giving prime suspects immunity for no reason. They just was giving immunity out. They wanted Tory to be the one that got so bad. They like, okay, let's give her immunity. Let's just make it to where everybody is immune. Nobody could have did it but this nigga. Even though we sat up there and did all this pushing to find something. They sat up there, couldn't match his DNA to the gun. They couldn't match that he even touched the gun. They was hiding the gun serial numbers. They did so much stuff to try to sit up there and railroad this dude Tory in jail. Then this dude had no criminal record at all. And you telling me worst case scenario, if we go off her story, he sat up there and was playfully Looney Tunes shooting at her feet like dance, dance, dance. And some fragments hit her feet. And this dude with no criminal record at all, no kind of criminal history, winded up doing 10 years for that. He winded up doing 10 years for that. They was trying to get him up out of there, bruh. They was trying to get him up out of there. Tory Lanez was talking about he cracked the code. He was talking about he cracked the code to the industry. Let's pour that up. Because people will be like, well, what is it with Tory Lanez anyway? Why is anybody associated with Tory Lanez getting cooked? Because this is what Tory Lanez was on before he sat up there and got arrested.
Let me fully explain this to you. I told y'all, $1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5. Some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand? I just cracked the fucking industry. Y'all don't understand? I just cracked this shit. Let me fully explain this to you.
He talking about he cracked the industry. And another clip in this same video, he talking about leave your label. He talking about leave your label. He said leave the label. They like, who this nigga think he is? Talking about leave the label. They was on his head. They was on his head. He was going independent. Roc Nation wanted to sign him. He didn't sign the Roc Nation. He didn't want no parts of them. And then they sat up there and sent Meg Thee Stallion in. The lady, what is it described as? What they say? The lady in red. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. And this is how you know society in Babylon itself is drunk on the wine of the divine feminine. Because I keep pulling this stuff back up. You don't see it. Lady in red. Lady in red though. I showed it to y'all already. The lady in red. This is a damn demon, bruh. Like you really can't. This is sick. You really can't make that up with that one. But the lady in red, they sent the lady in red in to get them caught up. They sent the demon in that don't care about giving her body away. She put the box on Tory Lanez. You know these chicks be talking about Meg Thee Stallion, Megan knees. They be talking about Megan knees and all of that type of stuff. Meg take all this pride in being the damn best motherfucking I was about to be myself for a second, but phallus enjoyer in the dang on world. She take pride in that, and she don't care. And that's what y'all also got to understand, fellas. These women don't care, bro. They don't care about giving their bodies up. They don't care about essentially spreading themselves thin and just passing themselves around to anybody, so long as they can sit up there and get and harvest that person's energy. That's what it's about. The succubus is a damn dirty demon energy harvesting leech. And she's going to sit up there, that spirit is going to sit up there, and it doesn't care about giving up the box for a temporary feeling of empowerment, a temporary feeling of, I'm in control. That's what it's all about. These damn freaky succubus demons is control freaks. A lot of these women be just control freaks. They just want to sit up there and feel like they have some type of control because life has presented them with the cards they was dealt. They felt like they was thrown into the world with no control. So they just trying to find some type of control. And if they got to sit up there and use their body to manipulate a man who does have the actual control, then they will. They'll sit up there and throw the box at you, manipulate you, and do all of that stuff because it's an energy harvest. When they sit up there and take your essence, take your spirit, sex is a spiritual thing. When they take your spirit, bro, and I done seen this happen plenty of times, bro, even with myself. Like, I be knowing when I sat up there and it just got drained. When I just got harvested. And what you got to understand, fellas, your seed, your essence, all of that stuff is important. That's literally the energy used to create an entire life. The life that you're looking at right now, me as a human being, I was once a dang on sperm. You was a sperm. And you sat up there and grew into a person. That's what, every time you sit up there and ejaculate, and you just releasing your stuff all willy-nilly, that was all potential life. That could have been president, doctor, something, professor, whatever that person could have been, teacher, pastor, whatever. That person could have been something. But you sat up there and gave your seed to a Jezebel demon succubus. And what's even worse, when y'all sit up there and give y'all seed to these women for real, they terminating y'all babies. They terminating y'all damn kids out here. Killing your seed. They don't love y'all. They don't care about y'all. They don't care about you. They don't care about your lineage. They don't care about nothing. They don't care nothing about you. And that's the pill that, you know, we gotta swallow as men. We gotta swallow this pill that these hoes do not care about niggas. They don't care about us. Well, the hoes do care about niggas. They don't care about real men. That's what they don't care about. That's what they don't care about. You know, a guy asked me in my comments, one of my videos, shout out to you if you see this. He asked me, why don't women like masculine men? I'm like, women don't like masculine men because women worship their emotions. They worship the fantasy. They care about that more than they care about truth. And masculine men only stand on truth. Masculine men is unwavering. Masculine men stand on business. Women, a broad, one of these 2/3 broads out here, they don't care about standing on business. They care about again, feelings. They just want to manipulate. They want to manipulate. And a masculine man, a man of the Most High, that's no fun because they can't manipulate you. They can't control you. You know, I done seen women, bruh. I done seen women actually torment themselves because they can't control me on some shit. Like, I done seen women like really go through deep anguish because they have to swallow the pill. Like, damn, I cannot control this person. Like, I can sit up there and be emotional. I can cry. I can do, you know, I can sit up there and just be all of these things. Like, the stuff that usually works against a lot of guys. A lot of emotional manipulation that usually works. I done seen them literally, like, crash out. Not crash out, but, like, just be very frustrated. I done seen women get very frustrated. You know, like, damn, I really can't control this one. Like, this is not cool. And, you know, those women eventually, and I'm going to just keep it a buck, none of them women is here. None of them is here. They couldn't do it. They couldn't succeed in their mission. They wanted to sit up there and manipulate and control a real one and convert a nigga to they side, which is Satan's side. And, you know, we ain't going for that. We ain't going for that. So, you know, they get frustrated and they eventually weed themselves out. The Most High eventually removes them because he like, you know what, that person served their purpose. You know, they no longer have no place in your life. They keep trying to manipulate. They keep trying to woo. You know, they got to go. And I'm like, damn, they got to go? Yeah, they got to go. And then the Most High remove them and I'll be like, damn, they gone. Here we are. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here and cover that real quick. I don't want to go on here live for too long. Road to 1K. We about to keep pumping out this content. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. What's the deal? Official brotherly music. Brother boldly music. But yeah, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We got more content on the way. I'm about to play my intro again, man. Just cause. Even though it's an intro. Facts. Just cause, man. And y'all gonna be seeing me mo in the y'all gonna be seeing me mo in this space. You know, this that new workspace. So we gonna be going crazy. We about to just, whatever that mean, pumping this stuff out. We about to just be pumping this stuff out. We about to blow this up. We about to blow all of this up. You saw the intro look like the baby. That ain't the baby. That's my baby. But yeah, no, that joint hard. Shout out. I ain't even gonna say that. But yeah, man. We about to be back in here. I really don't even know what I want to talk about, but I know I want to come back. So I might just end this, start another live, and just come back on here. We can sit up there and chill. You can sit up there and chill while I sit up there and work on some stuff. But yeah, that's the video though. We gonna end this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe again. Road to 1K. I'm tweaking, bro. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Am I? It's like no. Love y'all. Take care. Stay safe.